Hi and welcome back to Cheeky Crypto. My name is Nick and today guys we're going to be jumping down into the world of Chainlink, taking a look at what's been going on with the price action of Link and where I think things are heading next. Now as I get into today's video, if you do find it useful and informative, smash that like button. I do appreciate that. If you are new to the channel, why not go ahead and subscribe, tap the bell, select all the notifications, and in doing so be kept up to date with everything that we do here at Cheeky Crypto. And if you haven't yet joined us in Discord, what are you waiting for? Check it out. Link is in the description down below. It's a fantastic community talking crypto 24/7. It's completely free, and I don't think you'll be disappointed by what you find down there. So why not go ahead and check it out? Let's jump right down into today's video, though. We'll kick things off with the 1 hour time frame. So here we have Chainlink paired up with USDT, 1 hour chart, and the Binance exchange is the data source. And so you can see here we've had this slippage to the downside. We have the WXYXZ to the move here, to the downside. We bounced up and then we fell back down again. Again, nothing terribly here. It looks like to me a zigzag pattern inside our move here. So again, I'm not too concerned with that. That looks like it did truncate, i.e. fell a little bit short of its expectations. It's still possible that we come down a little bit more. I don't think we've finished with this entire structure just yet. Taking a look at it, we still have the ability to see $12.38. So this could just be a double zigzag pattern here. So we have a W wave coming down, X wave coming up, and then a final Y wave a little bit lower. This would then actually allow us to kind of get us back in line with our 1-to-1 to the 1.236. As you can kind of see, our expectations will be to come back down, test the previous Y wave here at $12.02. Minimum expectations will be $12.38, and so you can kind of see that we're on our journey here to the downside. Now this aligns with everything that's going on with smart money concepts as well. As you can kind of see that we have now got a bearish flag here, and this will potentially change in due course, but for now we're more than likely going to get a break of structure here when we breach this existing low. Okay, so that's going to be kind of confirming that Elliott wave theory smart money concepts are aligned in the way that they are kind of predicting a little bit more to the downside. This is also confirmed with our stochastics. As you can kind of see, we're overbought on the 4 hour and 1 hour charts here, oversold on the daily, but again overbought on those large time frames as well. So it does look like we have to have this little move to the downside. All in all, we'll be able to wrap this up as a W, X, and Y when it is all done and dusted. This will be some kind of bigger wave 4, I believe, on the larger time frames. Now, if I start to clean out some of this, I'm going to just go ahead and remove a lot of the noise, so you can just see the singular structure here that we're kind of mapping out. Makes it a little bit easier to kind of see. You can see, of course, we have got the 200 EMA, that being our white line just here. We have the red line, that's the 50 EMA, and the yellow line is the 50 SMA. You can see that price is now actually above all of these, but the 50 SMA and the 50 EMA are below that of the 200 EMA, so it's not in an ideal position. This could be a bit of a fake out. My expectations are that we'll probably pull back down into this range here before we start a decent rally, and we will look for a cross of the 50 SMA above the 200 EMA to confirm our bullish movements. So once we kind of do find price here pulling down into this low, we'll look for a move above with the 50 SMA, 50 EMA above that of the 200 EMA, and then we'll kind of look for that next big surge to the upside, because I do think there is one that is coming. Which, if we take a look at our daily time frame, you can see here the expectation is the wave 4 before we go into the wave 5. I think we are tracking that quite nicely. We're probably going to be moving down towards equilibrium, 50 EMA, 50 SMA, as you can kind of see here. These are a little bit deeper than we were kind of expecting on the hourly chart. But by the time we actually start to see this move downwards, we'll probably see these lift up towards that $12 range. At the moment, the 50 EMA is $11.34, and realistically speaking, we're going to be looking for $12 on that 50 EMA to find it as a good support level for our wave 4 low point. Now, I do want to kind of just sense check a couple of things with our wave 3 here, because it does look a little bit strange. But let's go ahead and see. Yeah, no, we're all good on that front, actually. I was going to say it looks like we kind of didn't reach our target range there, but everything here is actually moved along quite nicely. So I'm going to just pull that wave 3. It did fall a little bit short of our target. We were targeting out $17.51 to $18.93. I'm just going to check one other area just to make sure that everything here is aligned to what we're thinking. Yep, that's not a problem. That's our line there for our wave 3. so wave 3 is complete. I think we're going into the wave 4. And as I said, I'm going to target out about the $12 range. $12.02 is what we were kind of looking at. So I'm just going to go put this approximately there. This will allow us to have an approximate target range for the final move up higher, which will be right here, $17.91.6 to $20.27. Okay, so that's going to be the fifth wave movement. And as you can kind of see, this will then complete out a final structural move for a 5-wave count on the daily time frame. We have the momentum on our stochastic RSI in this oversold position that we find ourselves in on the daily to do this. So I'm not too concerned there. We are in a bullish structure right here on the daily time frame. No break of structure to confirm it, but essentially we are still in that bullish pattern. Once we breach this wave 3 high, we will get a break of structure up here that will basically confirm that we are in fact in that bullish state of play, but it will be very much too late by that point because this wave 5 will complete. Once we complete 5 waves, the expectation is a bigger retracement back down towards these fair value gaps, in my opinion. We'll be looking for sub $10 link, and that's going to be the last opportunity to get into Chainlink at some really good prices. Let me show you why. Okay, so I've spoken about this a little bit before. I'm just going to get some empty space here. When we have a 5-wave pattern like this, normally and typically what you tend to find, I say normally and typically, it's the rules of Elliott wave theory, which can be complex at times. If you have a 5-wave structure, okay, what you tend to find is, what you find is that your wave 1 is a 5-wave pattern, your wave 3 is a 5-wave pattern, okay, and your wave 5 is a 5-wave pattern. Okay, and what I am saying is that Chainlink is looking to complete this wave 5. Okay, that is kind of what we are kind of speculating is happening here. Okay, now that means that we're going to drop down into this wave 2. If I grab an arrow, this wave 2 right over here, and the typical retracement, a Fibonacci retracement on this is going to be 50 to 88.2%. Okay, so I've drawn that the wrong way around. Let me go ahead and draw it the right way around. If you actually take the Fibonacci from the bottom to the top, and you can see that there is a 50% level, okay, and I've added an 88.2% level. You draw a little yellow box on there, and you can kind of see that the wave 2 typically will drop down 50 to 88.2% of this wave 1. Okay, so you end up with this wave 2 here, and this is the opportunity that you buy before you have this big wave 3. Okay, and this is an institutional level buy. Now, I've been through the psychology of this in quite a few videos recently, so I'm not going to go through that again. But essentially what we're saying here is it's a 3 corrections down, or a 3-wave correction down, 5 waves up, 3 waves down, 5 waves up to 5, 3, 5, 3, 5. It is a 5-wave impulsive trend setting pattern on Elliott wave theory. Okay, so that's kind of what we're looking for. We're looking for that, and I'm saying is that we're in this little wave 5 here on the wave 1. So this whole entire structure here is a wave 1 in my opinion, or a wave A, but I'm going to run on the premise that it is this bottom of the bear market, and we're running on a wave 1 on the daily time frame. And so we have this move here. We'll have a retracement where we look to come back down to the, I'm going to take the higher range, I think, from the bottom. Okay, if I take a Fibonacci retracement from the bottom to the high range of $20 and 27 cents, I'm going to just drop it there approximately. You can see that the target range would be the 50% level to the 88.2% level right down here, and it gives you this really broad level to kind of be thinking about price coming back down to, all the way through those fair value gaps, potentially all the way back down to the support level of the previous wave 2. Okay, so we basically are saying here that on our daily time frame, we are looking at a giant wave 1 with a big wave 2 coming here before we have a really good wave 3, 4, and 5 to come in the future. Okay, so that's kind of where we are with that. And of course, that will be wrapped up into other kind of structures and all that kind of stuff. This looks to me like most likely case for the next set of accumulation on Chainlink. I'm going to go get rid of that one because I don't need it, and I'll get rid of that because we don't need that either. So on the weekly time frame, you can see that we speculate the bottom is in, and we can see great growth potential here all the way up towards $700, even potentially $2,300 link. Okay, that is depending on the structures that finish off in this C wave pattern. Okay, so In here, we have to be aware that there's many different things that can unfold. I've taken the previous structure and as ghost bars, you can kind of see those on here. And we can see how the progression of this could go. We find obviously natural resistance right up here on the 618 to the 786. Natural area of consolidation before we get that final blast up top for the $700 link. Now, it's possible, of course, that we go up higher. It's possible that we don't go as high as $700. And therefore, realistically speaking, we do have that $106 to $244 area of kind of consolidation, which I do think is going to be an area of resistance. Now, the pattern that's emerging here is very impulsive in the way that it goes. So if we do find ourselves with a big wave 1, wave 2, wave 3 is going to be hitting up into this box area here, wave 4, and then wave 5. Okay, so we can still see that there's going to be progression upwards here for some pretty decent levels on Chainlink. Now, if we were to say that we had that high at $20.27, we have our low, we pull back down towards that 50% level retracement. Let's go ahead and just say it was $7.55. Then our 1.618 does come in here at $78. We'd have a little retracement and we'd pull back down a little bit here. Okay, now with this 5-wave pattern, you don't just randomly have 5 waves. You would have to have potentially 5 waves 535 or 53535 and so forth. So it's going to be interesting to kind of see how this plays out, whether or not we're going to be able to push up further, whether that wave 3 kind of over exceeds like it did on the daily time frame. And we push up higher. It's going to be interesting to kind of see how this plays out. But ultimately, I think we got some pretty decent price predictions here for Chainlink in the future. We're going to be definitely seeing some pretty decent price appreciation on Link, considering everything that they're doing from a fundamental standpoint. And I think that is going to fuel even more speculation on the price. So I'm going to leave this video right there. If you have found it useful and informative, smash that like button. I do appreciate that. If you are new to the channel, why not go ahead and subscribe, tap the bell, select all the notifications, and in doing so, you will be kept up to date with everything that we do here at Cheeky Crypto. And if you haven't yet joined us in Discord, what are you waiting for? Check it out. Link is in the description down below. It's a fantastic community talking crypto 24/7. It's completely free, and I don't think you'll be disappointed by what you find down there. So why not go ahead and check it out? Until the next one, though, guys, have a fantastic day.